everyone. In this video, we'll be looking at IT security management, in particular the detection and prevention of security incidents. So in previous videos, we covered about how to progress with IT security management, and this is basically the last step. We want to be able to detect if something has gone wrong so we can go back and try to address the issue and make sure that it doesn't happen again by trying to prevent that. And one of the key tasks in detection and prevention of security incidents is to be able to conduct digital forensics. Okay? What we want to achieve is to use scientifically derived and proven methods in order to collect data. And that includes all those items like preservation, collection, validation, ... Okay? And using that to construct an evidence that can be used to present for others to see and understand. So what the digital forensic produces is a digital evidence which can be used for various reasons. For instance, people who could be interested in those digital evidences are firstly law people. Okay, so when you catch some people that has been doing malicious activities, you have to prove them to the law people that those are the evidence that these guys did. So law people will be interested in seeing digital evidences. Okay, so how did this person put a backdoor onto the system? There will be a footprint about the software running the backdoor application. Also the packets that are captured that shows that this person's server was connected to this victim host, etc. Okay, but also business people will be interested in seeing digital forensics, like corporate counsels, company legal resources, human resources. They can use this information to incorporate into the to understand better about how to protect the assets. So this information can be later fed into the risk assessment to understand what kind of assets they need to protect and what kind of security requirements they might want to have. Okay, and also security people like yourself will be interested to understand about what kind of things has gone wrong and how can you use that information to enhance the security of the system, taking into account inputs from both the business people and the law people as well. Okay, so digital forensics provide us valuable information for lots of different stakeholders, and digital forensic involves 4 main steps. First one is the seizure. Physical access to a digital asset gets taken away. So sometimes you see in the movies and other videos where a bunch of people just comes in and then just plug out the power plug and take it away. That's part of the seizure. You don't want people deleting or erasing some evidences or wiping the hard disk, things like that. So you want to conserve the state as much as possible. And then it moves on to the acquisition, where you duplicate the data from the digital asset that you have obtained. So you maintain the evidence originally, and you conduct the analysis with the copied data. You do the analysis, and then you finally produce the report. However, you should note that this can only be done after the incident has happened. Okay, and it only produces evidence of violation. So once that you only can find within the system itself. Okay, so if the violation happens outside the domain of what physical asset you have captured, then you may not be able to produce that as an evidence. Slow process dealing with large quantity of data as well. So hopefully by this time you have done some capture the flag assignment, and some of those assignments are looking through things like packets and analyzing it, and those can be quite time consuming. So this can be quite a tedious job. However, there are some advances in utilizing machine learning techniques to improve these processes as well. Okay? So how do you exactly carry out digital forensics? Well, there's a good resource available from this particular link, so I strongly recommend you go and have a read. But what I will do is just briefly show you this. Okay, here we are. Okay, so this is the page you go to. It's written by Jay Minton. Okay, he's a cybersecurity professional. So this is a very good forensic summary and incident response tool. So what we'll do is just have a quick look. If you scroll down, there's a big chunk on Windows digital forensics, but our virtual machine isn't Windows. So what we'll do is find the Linux one and just have a look, couple of the commands and see what it does. So here's a Linux cheat sheet. So we'll go there. Okay, so it starts from dumping memories and taking images and stuff like that. So we can have a quick look. Okay, new link. I'll put it down like this. Okay, so things like dumping, where am I? Okay, so we can dump memories like using dd command. Input, you have to be root to do stuff like this. There's a dev memory I can input. So if I just do this, it's just going to show to the terminal without outputting it. It kind of looks like this. Probably not what you're looking for. So what we want to do is, oops, no. So what we want to do is put into hex dump, so it looks a little bit more user-friendly. And basically, it's just dumping the memory out into the terminal. What you should be able to do is pipe that out into a text file, something like pipe it out to an out.file, something like this. Then you can store that as a text or some sort of file, and then you can read. So hopefully this looks a little bit familiar when you were doing like buffer flows or other memory manipulations, where you can find the memory location and look at the contents and the hex values. Okay, so if you want to do like a buffer flows or other memory related attacks, you can do this. Unfortunately, in Ubuntu, it's a security measure where you can only get like 1 megabyte worth of memory when you're reading it. So it's good, but people can turn that off. I haven't turned it off, so that's why I'm limited to it, but you can still turn it off, but I'll leave you to it. And like taking the image, I will not do that. You know, getting some system informations like date, username, getting some more account information. So if I do cat etc password, okay, it gives me like a bunch of users and apps and a lot of things. So this is from seed Ubuntu, so you should be able to get something similar, but don't share this information on your host computer to others, especially in a video like this. Okay, you can check who am I and things like this. Tells me I'm a root, so I can swap around this. You can even do ID. Okay, tells me what kind of users belong and ID I have. Okay, and so there's a bunch of commands you can do, which I will not cover in this video, so you can play around with it, basically. Okay, so hopefully this gives us some idea about kind of different things you can play with as part of the digital forensics. Okay, so well, that's pretty much it I wanted to cover in this video. So play there. Anything in that link is not going to be assessed in the exam, so don't worry about that, but it's just to give you an idea about what kind of things you could do as part of the digital forensics. Okay, otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.